All right, we're back with a second video on reporting errors to the user. So we've seen how to handle exceptions using try-catch, and now let's look at another way that we can terminate our programs. We can just write a simple error function and also throw a runtime error. So as an example of this, we can look at simple error.cpp. So here, what this program is doing is we're just asking the user for an integer between 1 and 10, and then if they don't give us a valid input, then we're calling our error function that we'll look at in a second, and if they give us a value that's less than 1 or greater than 10, then we're again calling our error function. And if neither of those things happen, then we will just let the user know that they gave us a good value. So let's take a look at this error function. All it's doing is it's throwing a runtime error, and we're passing in a string that will be printed, and that just is saying error, and then appending. So we remember we can use the plus with strings in C++ because of operator overloading, so that's nice. So we can just append whatever message we pass in, whatever string we pass into error, to this message. So for example, if we don't give it an integer or something that it can interpret as an integer, then we're going to get, we should see error : did not get a value. So let's try that. We'll compile it into an executable called simple error. And we'll run it. So, okay, if I enter a good value, then I get good value. But now let's try a character, and we'll see that so we threw a runtime error, so that's what our code did. We can take a look at that again, but we got this message that we did not get a value. So you can see that this is what happened. We called error with the input did not get a value, and so that went in here and it threw this runtime error did not get a value. So you can see that just doing this, to me, this is a little less nice than our try catch. You could also catch this error, I suppose, by adding try catch in here and seeing if you could get that to work. So this approach is an option on Lab 5. You can also use the method where you define your own class and then do the try catch that we saw in the other video. So let's see if there's anything else that I wanted to cover here. I think this is everything I'm going to cover in the video. You can see that there are 10 more slides about debugging, and if you are interested, I definitely encourage you to read these slides. I think they have some good ideas, but in terms of what's required for the class and for completing Lab 5, this idea of defining an error function and throwing a runtime error, or defining your own empty class and throwing that class, are everything that we need to know.